Hello, I'm Jackie Nelson, Promotions Director at WBGU-TV, and your host for our tour and ghost hunt from the Ohio State Reformatory right here in Mansfield, Ohio. The Reformatory doors were opened to its first 150 young offenders in 1896, and after housing over 150,000 hardened criminals in its lifetime, the prison closed on December 31st, 1990. Today, the Ohio State Reformatory Historic Site receives visitors from all over the world. Every year, tourists, movie buffs, thrill seekers, and paranormal investigators walk through the halls of this magnificent structure. Of course, rumor has it the Reformatory is haunted, and today we will visit with staff members who, let's just say, have had a spooky experience or two. And then later in the show, we will take our own private ghost hunt. Sit back and relax, if you can. Let's go.
I'm Scott Sukel. I'm the ghost hunt manager here at the Ohio State Reformatory. The building was opened up in 1896. It was designed as a reformatory, which is just a halfway point in between the boys' home in Lancaster and the Ohio Penn in Columbus. We got the guys who were too bad to be in the boys' home, but too good to be in the Penn. They were mainly between the ages of 16 and 30. They were had to be classified as nonviolent first-time offenders. So mainly there were a lot of petty thieves in here and stuff like that in the opening days. The building is 250,000 square feet. The architect, Levi Schofield, he studied medieval castles and churches, and he wanted just a site of the building to uplift the incoming inmate spirits. It may have worked back early in the day, but later on in the years, this place either became known as the Castle or Dracula's Castle by inmates because it's just an imposing Gothic structure. Later on in the years, the state pretty much let go of the maintenance, and it got pretty bad in here. The windows in the cell blocks, a lot of those were broken out in the 1970s, and the state just never fixed them. It was some pretty nasty conditions in here near the end. In the 1970s, it turned into a maximum security prison, closed on December 31st, 1990. In the 94 years of operation, this institution has housed over 155,000 inmates. Several movies have been filmed here. Of course, the biggest was Shawshank Redemption. They filmed that in 1993. Air Force One was a few years before that. They filmed that when the building was still open. In the 1970s, late 70s, Tango and Cash, part of that was filmed here. And then earlier in the 70s, Harry and Walter Go to New York was filmed here. I think the reason people come here, I think there's several reasons. One, seeing how all the paranormal shows are out, it makes it more acceptable for people to, go out and explore this subject. This building has been on the shows, so a lot of people say, hey, we want to go there. Another reason people, come here is, with the reputation. This place very rarely disappoints for investigators. I believe the Reformatory is haunted. I have been here, I'm finishing up my 16th year, and I have seen plenty you can't explain it. We've had some of the world's most skeptical people here, people that have traveled from overseas and that are known around the world as being the skeptics, and they have experienced things here that they couldn't explain. I've experienced everything from full-blown solid apparitions to footsteps, audible voices, shadow people even in the middle of the day. I've seen cell doors slide closed by themselves. I've heard cell doors close by themselves. The scariest thing that I've experienced in this building was it was 2000 or 2001. It was the night of a public ghost hunt. I was showing the last handful of people around, and we were up on the 3rd floor of West Administration, and the building was rather dead that night. We didn't have a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, they were all scattered into the different rooms. I'm just standing there, and next thing I know, I'm punched in the left kidney to the point where it put me on the ground. That was interesting. That was one of what the hell just happened moments. This building is mainly run by volunteers. We have about 120 right now. Most of us travel for over an hour and a half to get here. We even have some volunteers in New York. We've got one volunteer that travels in from Wisconsin, and we just come here for the love of the building. The public ghost hunts have become rather popular over the years. We'll release the dates in the beginning of October, and normally by the beginning of the season, we are all sold out. We sell out at about 100 tickets per ghost hunt, and we usually have between 24 and 26 public ghost hunts per year. The future of the building is actually quite bright. It's owned by the Mansfield Reformatory Preservation Society. The state has no claims to it anymore. It'll never be torn down. What we are doing, we are restoring it, or preserving it and restoring it. Slowly but surely, we're putting the old girl back together. Last year, we put windows back into the east cell block. We're actually going to work on getting windows into the west cell block this year, working on the windows in administration, just fixing up areas and, restoring it back to its former glory.
Well, it definitely looks like there's some paranormal activity here at the prison. We are going to go on our ghost hunt here soon, so make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of this special edition of Scenic Stops.